Welcome to our 2023 Wildwood 42DL. Starting right in the back corner here, we get your power inlet. So as you open that up, you're going to find a little metal tab in the bottom corner there. Lines up with that metal tab. You press them in together, little eighth turn will lock it down, then you get the threaded collar in the back there to properly lock it into place. Following the cord back, you're going to find a standard 50 amp end. Now not all campsites will have that, some will, some won't. We do provide you with this adapter here, so you can take that 50 down to a 30. Most campsites do have that, you just plug straight on in, you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug into your standard household outlet, you got the power to do so. Right by there, we get your stabilizer jack. All they do is they run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see in the unit right now. Just keep things firm while you're out camping. Making our way towards the front here, you're gonna find that stove vent there. So of course, propane stove is putting off fumes whenever you're using it, so you wanna make sure that flap in there is opened up so you can evacuate those fumes. Once you're done and going traveling, you just press it back into place. You'll hear it click and that'll lock it off and prevent any dust from kicking up in. This gray tank in the back here for your sewer system is going to be for your kitchen sink. So this cap here, you kind of turn that off of there. You get the same sort of ears on the sewer hose. It'll attach the same way. You're just pressing it in, turning it until it clicks into place. Gray valve there, you just pull that and it allows the tank to drain itself out. Up front, you get the same sort of sewer system. The only difference here is that we've got a black tank and a gray tank. Black tank is filled from your toilets. It's of course going to be your dirtiest water, so you'll want to dump that first. Once that's done, you can then come to the gray. This gray valve is going to be controlling your bathroom sink as well as your shower. So typically cleaner water, we'll dump that last to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. Up from there, we get the exhaust for your furnace. If you're ever running your furnace, just make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Fresh water inlet right there. You're just going to take your water hose and plug it into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up your freshwater tank. You know that tank is full once it starts spitting water out of a vent that you got right down there. You can't quite see it, but you basically see the water start running out the bottom. The drain for it is just right here, so you can see we've got that going right now. Okay. Right down underneath that freshwater inlet is your city water connection. So the same water hose will just plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the water lines throughout the unit. Beside it, we get your hot water tank.
Rise your nose to the parts counter. Rise your nose to the parts counter.
So your hot water tank here is fully electric, so inside you got a switch to turn it on, simple as that. Before turning it on, you want to hit this pressure relief valve back here, open that up. You should get that bit of water coming out the bottom there. If you're not getting that water out, there is a chance that it's empty, so just make sure these two valves here are opened up, allowing your water in so that the tank is full before you fire it up. To drain that tank, you just get that little plug right there. You're just going to unscrew that and that'll drain itself out. Right beside that, you get your exterior shower, so you're going to get a key just like this little guy there. You can stick it on in and open her up. Standard 3-foot hose with the standard head, hot and cold water. So if you got the dog out with you getting muddy, you can spray him off before he gets inside. Once you're done, just tucking that hose back around and lock it back down with the key. Down underneath that, we get a black tank flush valve. So basically over time, you may notice after having gone and dumped your black tank, your monitor panel is still reading a third or 2/3, whatever it may be. Typically, it's just some debris inside of the tank hanging between the probes causing that misread. So what you'll do is just take your water hose and plug it into there, open up your black valve, turn on the water, and that'll flush out that tank for you. Now we showed you the fresh tank drain, and you also got this sticker here for low point drain. So if you just kind of reach up there, there's a couple of little white valves kind of up by the floor. If you open those up, it just allows the water system to drain itself out. So if you're leaving the unit for a while, you don't want your water going stale or stagnant, you'll open those up just to drain out all the water. This sewer outlet right here is just for your washer and dryer. So if you'd have those installed, you would have all your drains coming out right through here. There is no gate valve, it is just a straight drain. So if you were to use that, just keep that in mind. You just want that cap off and just let it flow out. Your front stabilizer jack there, and then right in your front slide out here, you do get your storage compartment. So your central vac hoses are all in here. Right beside that, you get your water hose, and there's that park adapter I was telling you about. So your 30 amp into there, 15 to a standard outlet. Then you get your sewer hose in here as well. So there's those two ears in the sewer hose to connect to your sewer system, and the hose does extend out to about 20 feet. Around the front of the unit, you get this little black box here. That's your battery box. As long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. You also have a little battery disconnect switch. It's kind of right back on the frame. It's kind of tough to see. Kind of as you get back, there's a little keyway. It is very clearly labeled on and off. Propane tank cover here, just loosen off these knobs and push them back. You can open it up, you get access to your propane valves. For the video, pull this right off and I can show you your changeover back there. So it's currently green, pointing over to this tank, just letting us know that we're running off of this tank. If that were to go red, well, you got this tank open, it's just letting you know that tank's now empty. At that point, just flip the arrow over to this side, run off of this tank while you get the other one filled. Standard tongue jack in front, so one way's up, the other way's down. This little T-handle there, will just sit into this latch in the door, just kind of hold it open for you. You get your two exterior speakers here. They do have little blue lights inside of them, so we'll show you that switch once we get inside. Cable and satellite outlet, as well as a GFI protected outlet. If you're looking to have TV outside, you got the power to do so. And then coming right to the back of the unit, and actually I'll just point out real quick, you do have slide toppers installed on all of the slides. I do believe that was a customer option on this unit. And then in the back, cable and satellite inlets, coax cables just plug into their respective ports, fire up at your TV locations. So now we'll make our way inside. We're gonna go in that front bedroom door. Your patio door is locked from the inside, and we do not have keys for that, so just keep that in mind if you're bringing the unit in for service. So for your door, you're just gonna open it on up. You can grab that bottom step, flip it on out, and flip that last step over. As you come inside, first things first, it's right on the right, right on the right there, you've got your stabilizer, stacker jacks basically just sit underneath the unit, kind of up to the frame, kind of stabilize it. That is a customer chosen option. Up the wall from there, you get light switches. The one on the right there does your interior light. The one on the left does a porch light outside. Thermostat up top here, so this is going to work just like the one that you got up front. The only difference here is this one's just cooling. There's no heat, so as we hit that bottom bar, it wakes it up. It'll go from off and then into fan low. We'll turn on the fan on low and just move some air around. Same idea in fan high, just now we're using the high fan. Cool high is where it becomes a bit more of it becomes an actual air conditioner now, so you're going to have the compressor actually cut in and out as needed, but that high fan is going to stay on all the time. Cool low, same idea. That low fan is going to be on all the time to get your compressor in and out as needed to achieve your target temperature. Cool low auto is where it becomes an on-demand system, so it'll have the compressor and the fan cut in and out as needed. Same idea in cool high, just now it's using the high fan. After that, it comes down into off and just cycles back around. Right down below, you get your cable and satellite up top, antenna outlet in the bottom. Turning your antenna on, you just hit that button there, you get that green light letting you know it is turned on. And now we'll go through this door here and down your hallway. And then we can get to all of your switches. So right underneath here is a little light, just have its own center push button so you can see what we're doing. And ceiling lights in the bottom center there, as you turn that on, it turns on this switch. You press that switch and that'll turn on all of your interior lights. Press and hold and all the lights will dim down. Continue holding and they'll dim back up. And just release at any point to choose that level of light. Okay. Outside speaker lights, just on that there, does that little blue light in them. This light switch up here is for your awning strip, and then your slide outs are all on this switch right here. So you press and hold out and all of your slides will make their way out. They are pretty wide and of course pretty big units, so if you're running your slides for the first time in a campground, you just want to maybe have someone outside watching. And typically the way it's going to go is it's going to go that front bedroom first, and then it'll do our kitchen, and then it'll do our living room. They are all just on one hydraulic line, so basically it's whatever's got the least resistance is what's going to go first, but typically it is bedroom, kitchen, and living room. So once they're fully extended, we're going to hear the load on the motors and the lights will dim down a bit. Just like that. Okay. So your water pump switch is on the top left here, so as you turn on that switch, it'll turn on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. And then up top, you get your monitor system, so batteries on the left there. Fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to a third, 2/3 and full. Same idea for your black and your gray and your galley. So black 1 is the one that's hooked up. Black 2 is not used in this unit. Gray tank is going to be your bathroom sink and shower. Galley tank is going to be your kitchen. Up top, you get the same thermostat that you had in the bedroom. It's the same thing, you're pressing that bar to wake it up. Then you get fan low, fan high, cool low, cool low auto, cool high auto. Hit it again and it'll come down into heat. Same thing, you're just selecting your temperature with the arrows there, and that'll turn on the furnace. Furnace will be moving its air through floor registers, and I believe you've got a couple of little black portals up on the walls throughout the unit as well. So while we're back here, I'm just going to point out your air conditioner. You've got those two little louvers there that are both closed right now. If you're to take that slider and slide it over to the left, that would open up that louver and it would allow the air conditioner to now dump all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want those open, cool off this area as quickly as possible. Then you'd close them off to start using all of your ceiling ducting. And kind of give you a better look at that once we get up into the loft bedroom, because that's where your other outlet is. After heat, you hit that bar again, it comes down into off, and then it just cycles back around. So the GFI protected outlet there, as well as some storage space here. Down underneath, a bit more storage space. So that water valve in the back there is for your ice maker in the fridge. So we do have the unit winterized right now, so I will just open this up for you. There we go. In the fridge, You got your fridge right up top there, all your controls across the top. And the freezer right there. Into the kitchen, you get your storage right on the top there. Microwave here, pretty standard, just like home. It's kind of the only difference here being that you've got the addition of your light as well as your stove vent. So you can see it reads out right there exactly what it's doing. We got the vent on high right now. You hit it again, it comes down into low. Simple as that. For the stove, you're going to turn it over to the little blue flame. Hit it with the igniter. Once it gets going, you just hold that knob in for another couple of seconds, then the flame will hold itself. Typically, it's this middle one that's kind of the most finicky. Right, there we go. Right, so you can see if you release too soon, it just dies out. For the oven, you're just going to open that up. It is automatic ignition, so press that knob in over to the little spark there. Then you can see that pilot light gets going in the back. Once you have it going, you can just turn it up to your desired temperature and she'll fire right up. Once you're done, you can turn it back down just to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're traveling or leaving the unit, you just want to make sure it's right off. On the right side there, it's just a timer. Up underneath here, you get a little light, then you get more storage up top there, as well as all your drawer space here. And then in the pantry, you do get provided a little garbage bin right down at the bottom there. Entertainment area, so again, just storage at the top. You get your TV here. It is on the travel strap there, so it does kick out and kind of move around where you like it. Underneath it, you get your sound bar. Power button there is going to turn it on. Select to get through all your settings. Mode to get through all your inlets. Volume controls there. Zone 1 is the sound bar itself. Zone 2 is your outside set of speakers. A little accent light on the side there. And then for your fireplace, power button on the right. Center right, you get your bottom illumination, or the flame color, sorry. In the center is your bottom illumination. Center left is your speed, so low and high. And then far left, you get a timer of 30 minutes up to 9 hours. Once you're done, just power button to turn it back off. In the end here, you can see you got emergency exit on both sides. You're just taking these sliders in towards the center, slide it wide open, hop on out. The couch does fold out. Just taking our back cushions here, throw them off to the side. Grab the bottom and up and out. Swing these legs out as well. The back piece just folds down. Simple as that. Once you're done, just flipping that back over. Pick up the foot, bring these legs back in. Then it just kind of folds back into place. Get all the Velcros for the cushions there. There's also a power outlet on either end. Into the slide out and get your recliners here. It's pretty straightforward. You get your storage right in the center. Little pull strings on either side, kicks out the feet. Right in the center here in the back, you get your light switches. Under the dinettes, you can see, of course, you just got the loose chairs, so you do get the travel straps there, so you can strap them down for travel. Around the island, you get GFI protected outlets on either end. You also get the accent light on this side, hot and cold water, of course, as well as the folding cover. And as well as a little bit of storage underneath it, just being mindful of your drains and your water lines. Okay. So now we'll go back down that hallway, right by your pantry door here. That's where you'll find your fire extinguisher. So that's standard, pull the pin, point and shoot. Kind of across the wall from there, you get your LP detector. Propane's heavier than air, it sits on the floor. That guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Up the wall, this big switch here does your ceiling fan. So with your ceiling fan going, there is a couple of different options with it. You can have, first of all, the air shooting up or down with the switch on the back side here, so you can see it's labeled whether you're going up or down. Then this little chain here, if you just pull that, that is your speed. These two light switches here, the one on the right does your accent lights above your slides, just see them there. Then the one in the center does your pendant lights. Into the bathroom, light switches over on the left there, hot and cold water at the sink, the storage down below. In here you're going to find that toilet paper dispenser. We don't install that just because location is personal preference. You also get some storage here. Chia fire protected outlet, test on the bottom, reset on top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Into the shower, you get the stainless head and hose with the deluxe head there, hot and cold water, of course. Travel latch here, you just slide that guy over, pop it on open. There you have it. Toilet flips on open, you get your flusher on the right side there. Straight up the wall from there, you'll find your roof vent controls. So you get your fan on there. You do need that on to open or close it, so just keep that in mind. Storage space here. So back there, you're gonna find that switch. That's for your hot water tank. You just flip that switch on once it's full and she's good to go. More storage space. Then that grill right down below is just the return air for your furnace, so just kind of making sure it's not blocked off. So right around the corner into the hallway, you get that light switch, does your stairwell as well as the hallway. And then around the hallway from there, you're gonna find your awning switch. So you press and hold extend and that awning will make its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're gonna see a little white flap come down as well as the, sorry, is that black? Oh, white flap come down as well as the black of the metal tube. Once you see that, you're gonna stop. If you're to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric could be underneath the tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating growth of mold and mildew. There's the flap and there's the tube, so we'll stop right there. Now we can run out your patio door here. So you got the door as well as the screen door. This step's a little bit different than the one up front. It is a 3-step, so you just got that extra step to fold on over. Now if it were to start raining while you got your awning out, it's of course going to hold some water. So what you can do is grab either arm, front, or rear and just pull straight down on it. And you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Now if you like that angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. Before you bring them back in though, you want to make sure these guys are back out straight and fully extended, just so you're not running the risk of bending them. And then we'll press and hold retract. Awning will make its way back in. Again, you're just going to watch to make sure that your fabric's over top of the tube. So the last thing we'll keep in mind with your awning is that it does catch a lot of wind. So once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Okay. Now we'll make our way up into the loft here. And up and on our left here, get your light switch right up on the wall. As you come up, you're gonna find that emergency exit. You just pull that red tab here to get rid of the screen. Take this handle here, throw it outside, and hop on out. Otherwise, up top here, just kind of get that storage space at the outlets. More storage space. TV backer, power outlet, and a cable and satellite outlet. Now over to the other side of the loft here. Light switch again, just straight up on the wall there. Same emergency exit on this side. It is double wide, so you have the emergency exit on the other side. This closet space here, same thing. Just open it up, just kind of wide open storage. Right. TV backer over there as well as your outlets for it. And then here is that air conditioner. It's just that little sliding louver. Simple as that. Right. So now as we come back down, we'll head into the front bedroom and kind of finish up in there. So right around the corner from there, you get this closet space here. This is all pre-wired and pre-plumbed for your washer and dryer. You can see that would all install in here. Also got your closet space here. As you open that up, it's wide open. Drawer space. If you're looking to winterize the unit yourself, once it comes time, you're just pulling this drawer out by pulling that slider up. The slider on this side will go down. This drawer will come right out and you get access to your water pump. Again, just more storage here. In the slide out, you get these little lights there. They just turn on and they do kind of move around. Point them where you like them. Center light there as well. All right, just storage across the top, just wide open. And then also if we pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to your storage compartment. All right. Now lastly is going to be your power converter. So that's just right down here. You're going to press the top and center. It'll pop on open. All of your breakers on the top there. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the center. So just turn it off and then back on to reset it. And all of your fuses are on the right side. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. All right. So that's about it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.